Hi everyone, this is Miss Son here. We're learning about lines and angles, Unit 3. Parallel lines, coplanar lines that don't intersect. Symbol is these two lines. Those are called parallel lines. You can just slant it and draw like that. Those are parallel lines. Arrows are used to indicate lines are parallel. So right here, you're going to put the line AB, line CD are parallel to each other, and this is how you write these two lines are parallel right here. So these two arrows right here, if you put the arrows can you put them? They indicate that the lines are parallel. You can do two lines or one line, they are parallel to each other. So this picture shows that AB, line AB is parallel to line CD. Look at these arrows, okay? Perpendicular lines, the symbol is this, lines that intersect to form a right angle. So you have to have a right angle to be a perpendicular. 4 right angles are formed, 1, 2, 3, 4. So M and N, they're perpendicular to each other right here. So perpendicular lines, 90 degrees. Intersecting line means lines that intersect but do not form a specific types of angles. So right here, they just intersect. They don't have specific angles. They're not perpendicular. They're just intersecting. Line M and N are intersecting. So they're just intersecting lines. Skew lines are non-coplanar lines. They're not parallel and will never intersect. Symbol, there's no symbol. You just state that lines are skew. So they don't really intersect. They don't meet. They don't cross. They're just two lines. They're just there. That's called skew lines. So if you have a line here, they don't really have any relationship. So we call those skew lines. So if you look at this box right here, you have different lines here in this 3D figure, a cube. And line AB and line CG, they do not cross at all. So they are skew. Parallel planes, planes do not intersect. If you look at this cube again, plane ABCD is parallel to plane EFGH. So they are parallel planes. They're parallel to each other. They're parallel planes. And we use this symbol right here. And we just write plane ABCD is parallel to plane EFGH. Here are some postulates. Just not really used in proofs, but we can actually look at parallel postulate. Through a point, not on the line, there's actually one line parallel to the given line. So a line is through a point, not on a line, there's exactly one line of parallel to the given line. They're always going to be parallel. And then perpendicular postulate, through a point, not on a line, there's exactly one line perpendicular to the given line. So if you draw a line, and then there's always going to be a perpendicular to the given line. Transversal. We have to know transversal, a line that intersects two or more coplanar lines at distinct point. So here are some example. You see this T, the line T, it is transversal. Can you write this? Line T is the transversal. So if a line goes through two or more lines, so you see line L and M, this T is going through them, and it makes all the angles around. So this is the interior part. This is the exterior, outside of the line. So right here, this T is transversal. T is a transversal line that goes through two or more lines. It's going through L and M at the same time. So T is the transversal. And this is the inside, this is the outside, interior and exterior. So interior angles are formed in between the two lines and being cut by the transversal. So these 3, 4, 5, 6, those are interior angles. And then 1, 2, 8, 7, those are exterior angles. So they're outside. So exterior angles are formed outside of the two lines being cut by the transversal. So when you have two lines cut by a transversal, you get interior angles and exterior angles. Vertical angles and linear pairs both still exist and work the same way as before. So here, 1 and 3 are vertical, 2 and 4 are vertical, 5 and 7 are vertical, 6, 8 are vertical. They are congruent. So if 1 is 125, 3 will be 125. If 6 is 75, 8 will be 75. So vertical angles are here, and they are congruent to each other. Corresponding angles. Angles that lie on the same side of the transversal and are in the same spot in both parts of the diagram. So right here, 1 and 5, they are in red. They are corresponding because they're on the left side top. So this is L and M. Transversal is T. So these are corresponding. They're in the corresponding means same spot. And then you have 4 and 8. Those are in blue. That's the corresponding angle. They're in the bottom left. And then 2 and 6, they're green. They're on the top right. And then 3 and 7, they're in purple. That's bottom right. So these are corresponding angles. That means they're on the same spot. Consecutive interior angles. So interior angles that lie on the same side of the transversal. So right here, when you have a transversal, this is T, transversal. 4 and 5, they're consecutive interior angles. They lie on the same side of the transversal, right here on the left side. And then 3 and 6 are consecutive interior because they lie on the right side of the transversal. So these two are consecutive interior. This is consecutive interior. They're interior because they're inside L and M. L, M is here, they're inside. So right here, they are consecutive interior. They're consecutive interior for this side. So left side of the transversal, right side of the transversal. The next one we have is alternate interior angles, non-adjacent interior angles that lie on the opposite side of the transversal. So right here, you see this transversal right here, this 4 and 6. They are crossed. That's called alternate interior angle. And then 3 and 5, they're crossed. They're alternate interior angles too. So 4 and 6, alternate interior, and then 3 and 5, alternate interior. Alternate means crisscross, like alternate, like that. So we're going to look at alternate exterior angles, non-adjacent exterior angles that lie on the opposite side of the transversal. So when we talk about exterior, we're talking about outside, 1 and 2 and 8 and 7. So 1 and 7 is alternate because they're like cross, like diagonal, like cross here. So like 1 and 7, they're alternate exterior. And then 2 and 8, they're alternate exterior angles. So 1 and 7. 2 and 8. So we're going to do this exit ticket. I want you to pause the video and do this exit ticket, and then we can actually I can actually collect it or check it in class. So I want you to use the diagram to answer the question. Which line is transversal? You're gonna write that. Name a pair of alternate exterior angles. I want you to use your notes and do angle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, one of them. And what is the relationship between angle 3 and 7? And then name a pair of consecutive interior angles. You can just do angle, name the angles. And I want you to pause the video and do that, and we can check it over. Thank you for watching. We'll check this in class. Please try them.